Well, this is just the latest cut from Russia. The amount of gas coming through this Nord Stream 1 pipeline that goes under the Baltic Sea from Russia to Germany had already been cut to about 40% of its capacity. Now, Russia had blamed that before on a turbine that it had sent to Canada to be fixed, and Russia was saying that the turbine couldn't get back to Russia because of the sanctions that the EU has imposed against the country. Then the pipeline was shut for its annual maintenance for 10 days. That was due to resume on Thursday, and there were worries that Russia just wouldn't turn the pipeline back on like it normally would. It did turn the pipeline back on Thursday, which did prompt some relief, but then yesterday we got the news that Russia is going to cut the gas supply down to 20%, so that's half of what was coming through even at that reduced rate before the annual maintenance. Again, blaming a technical problem. The German government says that they don't buy this technical problem idea, and President Zelensky in his nightly address said that this was essentially energy terrorism, that this was Russia holding a gun to Europe's head to try to retaliate against the sanctions that have come across it. And this is a very important pipeline. It's important to point out this is different than Nord Stream 2. That's the new pipeline that was being built, almost completed, that runs along the same route as Nord Stream 1. But Germany canceled that pipeline at this outbreak of the war, so it's never started. This is the original pipeline, Nord Stream 1, which is very, very important for Germany's gas supply. And this cutoff comes at a time when Germany is trying to fill its reserves to prepare for the winter and prepare for a possible eventual shutting of the taps by Russia.
All comes, Dave, as I mentioned at the top there, right as European officials are meeting there to discuss proposals to try and cut gas consumption already as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is definitely going to hang over the discussions today as these energy ministers meet here in Brussels. They're discussing a plan that was proposed by the European Commission last week for gas rationing, asking each EU country to reduce its gas consumption by 15% based on its average consumption over the past 5 years in order to prepare for a possible Russian shutoff, and that should happen between now and next March. Controversially, the proposal contains an instrument that the Commission could trigger at any moment in the next months that would actually mandate gas rationing and force countries to shut down certain segments of their economies. It would leave it up to national governments which segments to shut down. The Commission has recommendations about which ones should be prioritized, but this is controversial. A lot of countries are pushing back on this. Many countries, particularly in Southern Europe, are questioning why they should bail out countries like Germany, which are more dependent on Russian gas, when they themselves are not very dependent on Russian gas and haven't made the same type of energy decisions that Germany has.
Dave, thanks very much. Dave Keating, correspondent, talking to us there live from Brussels.